In life, very few things are certain. If you were to ask each of us where we would be for Vyasa-puja this year, last year, none of us would have dreamed we'd be here in New York, in this ashram, where we are trying to serve Guru Pada Padma, establishing a bhakti shelter for the conditioned souls, for the devotees, some place that we can come to focus our lives on what is truly worthwhile. Therefore, when we come in contact with the pure Guru, in bhakti, we are taught to surrender to him, to surrender to the principle of pure Guru, to the personality of pure Guru. O Gurudev, I surrender. I take shelter of your lotus feet. Gurudev, you are my captain. Guru Karnadharam. Kejabi Rabai, Bhava Sindhu Par, Dhanya Kali Jugera Chaitanya Avatar. Amara Gorangir Gate Adan Ke Abai, Jada and Atura Avari Parahoy. In this dark age of Kali, we're so fortunate. Actually, this age is very glorious because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. But who has brought us into relation to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Guru Pada Padma. Hari Namir Nokakani Shri Guru Kandari. Srila Gurudeva is the captain of our ship. And he teaches us, chant Harinam with upraised arms. Sankirtana Keroyala Dubahu Pasari. The upraised arms, the devotees in Harinam Sankirtan. That is what is propelling you forward in spiritual life. That is the oars. However, we must take direction from Gurudev. Where should we go? Harinam, Mayavadis chant Harinam. People chant Harinam with no devotion. So where are they going? So we take shelter of Gurudev. Growing up, I had no idea I would be here or anywhere. But without Guru, we are lost at sea. We are living in doubt, in turmoil, always fearful. But Srila Gurudev, when we find Sri Guru, and we surrender to Sri Guru, O Gurudev, I am yours. Oh, hey Gurudev, when I take shelter of your lotus feet, Atma Nivedhana, Tua Pada Kori Hoinu Paramasuke, Dukkha Dhure Gelo Chintanara Hilo, Chodi Ke Ananda Deki. Atma Nivedan, when we offer our hearts and soul to Sri Guru, surrendering at his lotus feet, then our lives become full of Paramasuke, sublime happiness. Dukkha Dhure Gelo, all distress goes to a far distance. Chinta Narohilo, we no longer have any worries. Chodike Ananda Deki, in all directions we see only happiness. But that's only possible when our hearts truly become one with the hearts and the desire of Gurudev. Manobishta Seva, when we become prepared to act in such a way that will fulfill his heart's desire. Gurudev's heart's desire is very simple. He wants us to develop pure love and devotion. So actually, fulfilling Gurudev's heart's desire is in our own best interest. He wants us to develop love for Radha Krishna, to serve them directly, and to help others. But it's not to say that we don't suffer anymore, we don't have problems. but we don't see those as real suffering. Chodike ananda deki, all directions become filled with joy. Does that mean we see Vaishnavas, so many problems come? But because they've surrendered to Gurudev, like the gopis to Krishna, any personal distress, it said, Mahaprabhu would pray, oh, my own sukh and dukh, I don't take into any consideration my own happiness and distress. Your happiness is my happiness. If you are happy with my misery, that is my topmost happiness. This is real surrender. So oh Gurudev, what do you want? How can I serve you? Gurudev showed this example in his service to Param Gurudev. Param Gurudev said, I want you to take sannyas. His godbrothers were saying, no, so many senior disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada are there. How can I take sannyas? But Gurudev said, oh, I am yours. That day I offered myself at your lotus feet. I gave up my own independence. If you want me to wear black, to be naked, to take sannyas, whatever you want, oh Gurudev, I've offered myself to you. This is the mood that Swami Prabhupada had when he came to the West. He said, I am your puppet. Make me dance as you wish, Lord. When we surrender like this, then Krishna, Guru, they also give freedom. How express bhakti naturally, spontaneously. This is raga bhakti. Vidhi marga ratta jane swati natta ratna dane raga marga karana pravesh raga barsavati hoy parakya bhava shroy lave jeev Krishna prema vesh. This is the means to enter into raga bhakti, parakya ras. O Gurudev, I am yours. Please make my heart one with yours. Guru mukha padma vakya chitete korya aikya arna koryo mane as. May I have no other desire in my heart but to make it one with those transcendental words that you are speaking. What does Gurudev say? Gurudev every year would take us to Giriraj. He would say, Giriraj is so powerful, he can grant whatever wish you have. Therefore, I'm putting an embargo, a block. Giriraj, I have many disciples, they have many anartas. They may ask for so many things. Don't grant those desires. Listen to what I am asking for. And then Gurudev would say, repeat after me. Oh Giriraj Maharaj, please make me a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. This is our only desire. What do we pray to Krishna? Shyama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Smerahasa Murali Manohara Radhika Rasika Mam Kripanidhi Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru. O Krishna, you are very beautiful with your peacock feather crown. You're smiling so sweetly, playing on your murali flute. Please, I have only one request. Radhika Rasika Mam Kripanidhi Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Puru. Please make me maidservant of the lotus feet of your beloved Srimati Radhika. So, Srila Gurudeva is very merciful, and he is helping us, taking care of us, sheltering us. The Vaishnavas say so many times, don't be afraid, don't be hopeless. Don't think that you are far from Gurudev. Gurudev is here with us. Krishna is eternal, Radhika is eternal, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda are eternal. Gurudev is also eternal. And he is showing us this with his disappearance pastime, that he manifests in all his Bapu, in all the different murtis, in all the different books, in all the different devotees. Gurudev is present. Just like God is present, Gurudev is eternally present. So Gurudev is here. Vaishnavas describe that when Gurudev disappears, it's like he's hiding behind a veil to witness. What are my disciples doing? Like sometimes Krishna is stealing butter, and Mother Yashoda doesn't catch him. She hides to watch. Just watching. So Gurudev is watching. Do we lose hope? Do we stop following bhakti? Do we become engrossed in sense gratification? Or do we try to follow his heart's desire? Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Korite Pracharan Rasika Shekara Krishna Parama Karun Edui Hetu Kori Ichara Udgam. Gurudev and Krishna, Mahaprabhu, they want us to spread this beautiful path of Raga Bhakti, pure, unalloyed devotion, Braja Bhakti, without any cause, without any condition, without any selfish motivation. The only cause is prem, love. The only cause is Bhakti is its own cause. We only want to serve. Why? Because we don't know anything else. We only want to serve Radha Krishna. Why? Because nothing else holds any meaning. So we pray and remember Srila Gurudev. Take shelter of Srila Gurudev's lotus feet. Again and again pray to Gurudev. Hey Gurudev, Bhakti Bhava Prem Tina Prakashata Shri Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman. O Gurudev, may I always worship your lotus feet. Only devotion to your lotus feet gives rise to Bhakti Bhav and Prem. Without shelter of your lotus feet, we are adrift in this world in Maya. We do not know Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu. Param Gurudev would weep at the place of his Guru Maharaj's disappearance. He would not be able to say Prabhupada. He would say Pra. He would not be able to finish the name. Why? He said, oh, certainly I must have been there in some form in Gaur Leela, in Krishna Leela. But they did not lift me up out of samsara. But my Guru Pada Padma, he dragged me by the Sika. And he brought me out of samsara and established me at his lotus feet. Therefore, there's no one so merciful as my Gurudev. And in this way, he would always remember and pray. For many years and years, he would not even be able to complete the name of his Gurudev. He had so much devotion. So if we don't have that naturally, we cannot fake it. Faking it's not going to help. Haridas Thakur, there's a pastime. One time he was walking, and a snake charmer was playing a beautiful song of Kaliya. And ecstatic symptoms came in the body of Haridas and began rolling on the ground in ecstasy. Everyone offered pranam to him, took dust from his feet. After he left, a Brahmin who had witnessed thought, oh, I'll also get respect and donations. Began to shake, oh, alas, alas. Shows that he had these ecstatic symptoms, roll about on the ground. No one offered him pranam, no one took his foot dust. The snake charmer went with a stick to beat him and shoot him away. So imitation is not going to help. What do we say? Hridayam batedam. My heart is so hard. I may show some emotion, but yet my heart is so hard like a rock. Oh Krishna, Mahaprabhu would say, na prema gandosti. So but yet we can go down to the bottom of our emotion, our thoughts, our prayers, and try to figure out where I am. And from there, start gradually climbing up. Oh Gurudev, please give me greed. Oh Gurudev, please give me taste for this path of bhakti. Oh Gurudev, please let me develop steadiness in this path. Pray. Sincerity is the most important thing. Saralata hi Vaishnavata. Vaishnavism is predicated on sincerity, simplicity, honesty, integrity. So I'm not there yet. We are not there yet. But we can pray. Oh Gurudev, we can try to analyze, put our hands to our heart. Oh, where am I now? And from there try to progress. And gradually we can come closer to the mood that Srila Gurudev wants us to obtain. So now Gurudev is not physically before us, but yet it does not mean now we should not search for him. Before it was very easy. Okay, Gurudev is in Holland, Gurudev is in England, Gurudev is in India, Gurudev is in New Braj. We can go and find him. We can take his association. So now how do we get his association? It's not just so easy to buy a plane ticket and go there. But before it was cheap in one sense. You can fly and see Gurudev, have his association. But how much are you really associating in the deepest way? Therefore, when Gurudev disappears, he gives us a chance to associate with them in the most deep way. chanting Harinam, praying with our Guru mantras, remembering Him, serving Him, trying to dedicate our lives to His service, to pleasing Him. Real seva, pritividan, how can I please Gurudev? With every drop of my energy. If not that, then at least whatever I can do. Please, Gurudev, let me serve you. Edhase karuna kori. Oh Gurudev, please give me your mercy. Ekaki amar nahi pae bal harinam sankirtane. Oh Gurudev, please always keep me in the association of your devotees. Otherwise, I cannot perform bhakti. So Gurudev is very merciful. Someone asked, how do we know that we are pleasing Gurudev? He said, if you are with devotees following bhakti, kirtan, katha, prasadam, absolutely Gurudev is pleased and Gurudev is present. If you're not able to follow, if you're going into Maya, it means you're going away from Gurudev. You want to be with Gurudev, to please him, perform kirtan, perform harikatha, serve mahaprasadam, serve Thakurji. Then Gurudev is always with us. Without Gurudev's mercy, we cannot have any strength to follow bhakti. Therefore, we again and again pray, oh Gurudev, you are my strength. You are my life. Why do we all sing Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Se Mora Sampada? Her lotus feet are my life and soul, my strength, my everything. We could just be saying, oh Radhika Charana Renu, or Goranga Tumi More, or to Krishna, but we pray in our deepest prayers, oh Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. A Guru Varga is showing us you must take shelter of the intimate associates. Because without bhakti comes from them, they are worshipping the upasya. Rupa Manjari is worshipping the best, topmost way, and she is completely one at heart. It's described, Priya Swarupe, Dhaita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Sahajar Birupe, Nijana Rupe, Prabhureka Rupe, Tathana Rupe, Swavilasa Rupe. She is so one-pointed in her service that she appears just like Radhika. And she is performing so much service. She's pleasing Radhika Krishna to the topmost degree. Therefore we take shelter of her. Same way, in the same way, every day we pray to Guru Pad Padma. You are Radhika's Nija Jan, her dear intimate associate. I remember every year seeing Gurudev come to New Braj and thinking, oh, Radhika's Kinkari has come. And trying to fathom that in its truest reality, and trying to take shelter of Gurudev, and gradually enter into that highest understanding and that highest service. When Gurudev is at a distance, then we can pray like Rupa Goswami teaches us to follow the process of bhajan. Rupa Goswami teaches us, Seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatrahi tad bhavalipsuna karya braja loka anusarataha. Seva sadhaka rupena. As a sadhaka practitioner, we must engage in service. But what is that service? Rupa Goswami teaches, Dham Vas. Try to be in the Dham either by body or mind. Try to hear the Bhagavatam. Try to be in the sadhu's association. Perform kirtan. Serve Guru Pada Padma. Then seva sadhaka rupena siddha rupena chatri. Gradually try to realize your spiritual form and your service and engage in that. Krishna swaram janam chasya pristan nija samanhitam tad katharatas chaso kuryad vasam braje sada. Krishna smaram janam chasya. Rupa Goswami, his highest instructions, he says, Krishna smaran, remember Krishna with who? Janam, with his associates. Krishna smaram janam chasya. Who are Krishna's associates? Srila Gurudeva. So we remember Krishna with his associates, with Srimati Radhika, with Guru Pada Padma. Krishna smaram janam chasya. And what do we do? Tat katha ratas chaso. We become completely rat. Completely means fixed. Ratarena means completely fixated on the pastimes and the glories of Krishna's associates. This is the secret to spiritual advancement. So we have that other opportunity. We don't have to look far away for another example. Rupa Goswami says, meditate on that associate of Radha Krishna who you desire to serve like. So we're very lucky. All we have to do is meditate on Gurudev. He is that associate of Radha and Krishna who we want to serve like in the spiritual realm. Krishna Swaram Janam Chasya. Therefore we remember him. Remember his pastimes. And we hear from the Vaishnavas how he also serves Radha Krishna in the spiritual realm. The Vaishnavas talk about the Shiksastakam and the Gurvastakam. How each verse of Gurvastakam corresponds to one of the eightfold daily pastimes of Srimati Radhika, the segments of the day, Astakali Lila. From Sangsara Dhavana Laliloka, Nishanta Lila, Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita, morning pastimes, grazing with the cows, chanting, doing kirtan, Shivigrahara Dhara Nityanana, midday pastimes, meeting at Radha Kund, Vigraha Seva, serving divine Vigrahas of Sri Radha Krishna and Radha Kund, Chaturvidashri Bhagavat Prasado, Madhyana Lila, serving Mahaprasadam, serving the divine couple, arranging for them a rest, and the most intimate pastimes at Radha Kund, Shri Radhika Madhavayorapara, when Radha and Krishna are separating, Krishna going back with the cows to Nanda Bhavan, Srimati Radhika going to Javat where she cooks in the evening and sends sweets with the manjaris to Krishna and receives Krishna's remnants. Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Siddhai, evening pastimes. When Krishna pretends to go to sleep, Radhika pretends to go to sleep and then sneaks out of the house and they meet in the Ratikeli Kunj. Shakshad Haritvena Samasta Sastre. That Guru is Shakshad Haritvena. He is so dear to Lord Hari. Kintu Prabhoyar Priya Eva Tasya. He's performing that very dear service of Sri Hari. What is that dear, the most Priya service of Sri Hari? Kintu Prabhoya Priya Eva Tasya. What is the most dear thing to Sri Hari? Arranging Radhika's, Krishna's meeting in the Kunj. So there's Naisha Lila, late night pastimes. Not only that, meeting in the Kunj, making all preparations for Ras Lila. Gurupad Padma is there. Yasya prasad bhagavat prasad, yasya prasad nagati katopi, dhayam stuvam stasya yasastri sandhyam vande guru shri charanadavindam. That Gurudev's mercy is Krishna's mercy. Gurudev's mercy is Radharani's mercy. When we pray, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, O Radhika, please glance upon me with your sidelong glance of mercy. What is Radhika's sidelong glance of mercy? Gurupada Padma. When Gurudev comes within our life, that is her mercy, manifest before us. Therefore, Gurudev is Nila. Nila means the iris, the blue iris of Srimati Radhika. The glance, not different from the glance of Radhika. Like Bhakti Siddhanta, Nayanamani, the jewel of the eye, the pupil of Srimati Radhika, and Gurudev is the iris. So, Kripa Kataksha, Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasada, Yasya Prasada Nagati Katopi, Dhayam Stuvam Stasya Yasastri Sandhyam. Three Sandhyam, morning, afternoon, evening, meditate on Gurudev. What does that mean? This is entrance to Astakali Lila. You look in all different dharmas, all different religions, no one has this highest conception that day and night you can be absorbed in the divine pastimes of the eternal spiritual Lord and his consort Srimati Radhika. Where can you find that? But Gurudev is giving us this treasure. This treasure, this jewel is what is Mahaprabhu is referring to Sanatana Goswami. He says, do not go to the west, do not go to the north, do not go to the south, go to the east and find the treasure there. If you go one way, you dig, you find many fierce hornets. You go another place, many witches and ghosts. You go another place, many fierce spirits. Therefore, go to that place that you can find this treasure. What is that treasure? Ujjvala Nilamani. Ujjvala Nilamani, the most effulgent treasure. Understanding and the chance to perform this service. The understanding, oh, how glorious is this What do we sing? Ramani Shiromani Brishabhanu Nandini Neela Vasana Paridhan Chintamani Moirada Kundatata Tahi Kunja Sata Sata. At Radhakund, all the trees are Chintamani, or Kalpavriksha, desire, wish fulfilling. All the dust is Chintamani, touchstones. All the fruits are effulgent like many sapphires, gemstones. That is the treasure we are seeking for. And yet we think, oh, this world is very beautiful. This world, the relationships, oh, my son, oh, my daughter, oh, my wife, oh, my husband. And you get a drop of honey from that, but you're suffering so much. Oh, for that one drop of honey that's described, a man is hanging from the two branches as they're being eaten away by a white and black mouse day and night. And underneath him, so many serpents, so many problems waiting to destroy him. Right above him, outside of the hole, the tiger ready to devour him. Time, death personified. And yet, drops of honey are falling in front of him and he's sticking out his tongue. Let me taste that drop of honey. This is our life. But yet, Gurudev is giving us such a great chance. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam. At every step we can taste nectar. We can submerge ourselves in the ocean of bliss. But we have to want it. That's the only cost of admission. Greed. The only cost of admission is greed. So how can we develop this greed? How can we further and further develop this greed for that? So to do that, we must develop Sukriti by Sadhu Sangha, following the process, Vidhi Marga Rata Jane, Swadhinata Ratna Dane. Gurudev, I know you, I have faith in you. Gurudev tells me this is true. I have relation to my Gurudev. I have faith in my Gurudev. I have faith in the Vaishnavas, that they are giving us this jewel. They say, this is what is your destiny. This is your inheritance. Seek this. So I pray, oh Gurudev, please enhance my greed for this. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam jadi kutopi labhyate tatra lolyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritirna labhyate. Alone on its own, Sukriti will not help us. Millions of lifetimes, koti janma jadi shravana kirtan tabutanapai Krishna pade pirmedhan. For millions of lifetimes we may chant and hear, but not get the wealth of love for Krishna's lotus feet. Therefore, we pray, oh Gurudev, please, always, Jogyata vichare kichu nahi pai tomara karuna sar. On my own, I have no good qualities. Ganaite dhosha gunaleshana povai. If I try to examine myself, I find only bad qualities. Jabatuhu korbi vichar. But you are so merciful. Karunana hoile kandiya kandira. Therefore, if you do not give me your mercy, prananara kibo ara, will not be able to maintain my life. So we pray again and again to Gurudev, please, give me your mercy, give me your shelter, that I can gradually develop greed for this. That greed is the only thing we need. Therefore, Gurudev very mercifully developed that greed in us. Why? And how? By very sweetly describing Krishna Katha. I remember in New Braj, Gurudev so many times would so sweetly describe Krishna's pastimes in Braj. How Krishna would have so much himself, Krishna had so much love for the Brijabasis. When he was in Dwarka, he could not tolerate the separation of the Brijabasis. He would weep day and night. Then they created Nava Vrindavanam. And in Nava Vrindavan, Krishna became overwhelmed and lost his sense again. Then they had to awaken him by kirtan, and then very quickly they made a chariot and took him to Braj. So Gurudev is very merciful. He awakens greed for Braj by how he very sweetly describes Krishna Katha. Not only describing it, but Santam Prasangam Mama Virya Sambido. With Gurudev's Harikatha, he would empower the devotees. He would awaken this greed by the force of his mercy, concentrated like a laser into each and every one of our hearts. Otherwise, we would not be here. Without Gurudev's mercy, without rasa, you're all scattered. Vaishnavas like to say, rasa is what connects everything. Otherwise, everything is like a building, sand, cement, steel, wood. Without water, nothing is held together. Water is rasa. So Gurudev, by his rasa, by giving us this nectar, he would bring us all together. Therefore we are here together. And therefore we pray to Gurudev, please. Oh Gurudev, please do not forget me. Gurudev, please always help me progress in bhakti, and please give me the strength to carry on in this path, the strength to honor all devotees. Kabe heno kripa lobihai jan, kritartha hoi binath, shakti buddhihin amyatidhina, korum more atmasad. Oh Gurudev, I have no good strength, intelligence, anything, but please make me one with your heart. Make my desires one with yours. Oh Gurudev, please, when will that day come that I can honor everyone without desiring respect? Oh Gurudev, please. I'm begging for your mercy. So we pray like this to Gurudev.